defenders, I think, it's like.
This is how you know it's still early, people. Sorry, I'm muted there. People, deluded, I'm back again. I hope everybody's doing well and safe. You know, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night, depending on where you guys are stationed in this world. With it being Tuesday, hope you've all had a good start to the week. Hope you've all got your health physically, spiritually, mentally, all of those sort of things, people. Hope you're all in good spirits. One love to everyone that was here on Twitch. You know, I was live on Twitch from 10 a.m. We did speak about Arsenal. We spoke about football from a general perspective. So please make sure you're following and subscribing across Twitch, people. I'm gonna again. I'm still in Twitch mode. I actually forget that there is a like button and all of these sort of things. I actually need to pull it in the pin message for you lot so I can give you lot some help, people. Make sure you hit the like button as well, people. Hit the like button. 100 likes target. Follow on Twitch. There we have it. And now I'm fully prepared for everything, people. Now, there isn't too much where Arsenal are concerned. We've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins links, 2 England strikers. Whether that makes sense or not is down to you lot's discretion, but we'll get onto that in a second, people. I don't think there's actually anything else Arsenal related that affects us, people. When are we going to get linked with some centre mids? As you can see, well, you can't see yet. I mean, Ozil's still up to his usual tosh. I think we'll speak about that. I think Arsenal have announced a sponsorship deal as well, so I think we can speak about that briefly as well. But other than that, we're down to our bare bones. So yeah, let me wait for you lot to flock in and stuff. We'll get onto those sort of things in a second, folks. But for now, it's cool off. You know, shout out DG, Mr. Consistent. I'm trying. Who are you lot feeling? In fact, what I should do is probably make a tab because I'm keen to see where you lot are, man. Who would you rather sign? Calvert-Lewin, Watkins. So yeah, people, make sure you're voting. Who would you rather Arsenal sign, Ollie Watkins or Dominic Calvert-Lewin? I'm not too sure where I sit on that, and allow me, you know, I'd rather take in what you lot are saying rather than give my thoughts just yet. Hello, Wayne. Big up yourself, top of the morning, right back to you. Warren has said, yes, deluded, both decent options for us. You're right, you know. Morning pack. You know, Raz has said, have your say on who you think would be the best replacement for Lacazette. Personally, I'm on the Vlahovic wave and Adeyemi as well, although he's a bit young / raw. And we'll get into it. Interesting comments. I think the question for me is Tammy versus Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Man said, morning, DG. Big up the members as well. You lot kill me, man. And like I always say, on a serious note, it's a pleasure to be here week in, week out, day in, day out with you guys, people, because you lot say sense. We might differ, but again, I'd like to pride myself or pride this nation or this group of what we're doing here as just a beacon of hope, man. You know, in a day and age where there's a lot of nonsense, we respect opinions, we have interesting debates, we all see things from a different perspective. That's the beauty of football. You know, there's hella times we talk about matches. I'm like, what the hell did you lot watch? You lot can't have working eyes, and I'm sure you lot say the same. But that's the beauty of life, man. Life would be boring if everyone saw things the same way. I'm leaning towards the side of Dominic Calvert-Lewin because he would be a hybrid between Aubameyang and Lacazette, but not that much pace. I hear you. Gassing him a bit, Josh. I can't lie, gassing him a bit. But I see what you mean in that, obviously, when you think of Aubameyang, you think of goals. When you think of general play, hold-up play, bringing things up to the table, excluding goals, I feel you. You know, that's probably where you're getting the Aubameyang and Lacazette comparisons. And you're not wrong. You know, you're not wrong at all. I need to make some timestamps as well. Calvert-Lewin. Interesting. It depends what you want. It really depends what you want from a striker. You know, I'm more with the Dominic Calvert-Lewin side than Ollie Watkins, but I think both. I would take Dominic Calvert-Lewin at Arsenal and Adeyemi also at Arsenal. We should be going for Vlahovic this summer, but the board aren't serious. Dominic Calvert-Lewin for me, better all-round striker. Watkins still a bit wasteful in front of goal, says Cam. Facts, and big up Cam because you're putting in the shift as well. You was over at Twitch and now you're here. I appreciate that. Would you throw Tony in the mix as well? You could throw him into the mix. You could throw Tony into the mix, really and truly. Would defo prefer Watkins, more room for growth? No, I'm not too sure. I think they both got room for growth, if I'm honest with you. You know, how old is Dominic Calvert-Lewin? Probably about 26. You know, Ollie Watkins can't be any different around them ages there as well. Well, I'm even guessing it, you know. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's 24 years of age, people, 25 next year. So again, best years are in front of him, really, if you're honest with you. Watkins, how old are you, Ollie? You can't be too much older than that. Yeah, literally. Watkins is a year older. He's 25. He's born the same year as me. He's actually 26 this year. And he was an Arsenal fan, to be fair with you. He was an Arsenal fan. You could use that one to help with the thing. And to be fair with you, he's going to make I'm sure Exeter and Brentford are going to make a decent little change on Watkins when he does move from Villa to a big club. It all depends what you want, really. I think they are quite similar and they're quite different in many aspects, but I'll give my opinion soon. I'm enjoying you lots. Dominic Calvert-Lewin for me, Ollie, we still need to see more. With Defra, well, I already had that. What's Dominic Calvert injuries record like? Good fit for us? I don't know. And that's something I didn't consider and something we need to check. Time for Arsenal to get a bully striker, that Douglas Costa / Jogba type of player, someone that scares defenders. True. Joanne is being a bit harsh. She's just saying, whoever we sign, Arteta will make them crap. I mean, let's have a bit of faith. Come on, man. We don't need that. But yeah, I would throw Tony into the mix. Again, do you know what? I'd probably prefer Ivan Tony ahead of all of them. But saying that, I'd probably lean, out of the three of them you lot just said, I'd probably lean towards Dominic Calvert-Lewin because for me, he's confirmed he can get a handsome return of goals. I know Watkins ain't shown me you can get a handsome return of goals in the Prem. With respect, if we're buying Dominic Calvert-Lewin just for hold-up play, potentially Watkins or even Ivan Tony, there's no point because that's the same things we say about Lacazette. Oh, he holds up play, does all these other things, but man need to score goals. You know, if Dominic Calvert, I mean, if Ivan Tony can show me he can get 20 league goals or a handsome figure this season and next, I'm all for it, if I'm honest with you, because he's shown he can do it at lower leagues. Big signing, you know, and I'd take Tony ahead of Watkins if I'm honest with you. Again, there's no comfort, there's no What's going on there? Close that. Lagging a bit. That's a you thing, you know. To be fair, Tony is a shout. Dank up with the Halem boys. G's. To be fair, Watkins will never show his true goal scoring ability playing things. Really? What about the season before that? And to be fair, he'll get his opportunities. If I'm honest with you, they're both playing games. I'm not too sure that's a luxury I can afford to give him. I guess it comes down to the record for me, man. I need to pre what they're on, and I'm purposely trying to just let you lot say your opinions before. Watkins, I can't lie, people. I'm not really feeling this at all. I'm not feeling the Watkins hype. I'm not feeling Watkins at all based on this thing. Dominic Calvert-Lewin probably suits the Arsenal system the most out of the three. Arteta is like a malfunctioning wind turbine when his hands go about. You're onto him. Look at Tierney and Oba. They ain't the players they were. Arteta has ruined them. There's, you know, to be fair, Arteta needs to get the best out of them, but you also have to give them both accountability personally as well. I just hope the next striker fits the system. Otherwise, quality be wasted. We do not create anything. Vlahovic is out of contract until 2023 and don't want to sign a new deal. I mean, that's an avenue to explore. We all want the Isaks, the Kareem Adeyemi's, where I'm concerned, the Vlahovic's and all of these things. I'm on all of them, man. Now, if it's up to me, I can't lie. I prefer Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I like some facets of what Watkins can bring to the table. He's more of a sort of channel man. He'll work the he'll work the channels. He can score goals. He'll work the channels. He never stops running. He's positive. I don't think, and I know Aubameyang misses a lot of chances. What I don't like about Watkins, I don't think he's good enough. For, I know Arsenal aren't where we used to be. I just don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's got a lot to his game. I think he's quite wasteful. Goals are what strikers are going to be judged on, and he's got a mediocre return of that in the Prem and for Aston Villa. Purple patches or not. And it's also about what you do without the ball. And he does work hard for the team, and he does have other things. But I just think Dominic Calvert-Lewin's got more what I'm looking for. And for me personally, the fees that either player is going to ask for, Watkins, how much is he going for with Villa? Dominic Calvert-Lewin, England international, Premier League, English tax. Come on now, So, like, how much is he going to go for? For these fees, you might as well go for these Isaacs and things like that, really and truly. And did either player significantly make Arsenal better? I don't know. Do they make Arsenal better? If Lacazette leaves, Aubameyang leaves, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Saka, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, whoever on the left-hand side, does that make us better? I don't know. Watkins the same. I don't know. That's something you have to answer. I just think Dominic Calvert-Lewin is more value for money. There's more assurances, if I'm completely honest with you. I would like Vlahovic as well, but there'll be a long list of interested parties. In relation to Vlahovic, Fiorentina's president has said Vlahovic has not accepted our huge contract extension proposal. We've been trying for months, but it's over. So they might be giving up, and he's contracted until 2023. They might just sell Donny. I want Karim Adeyemi, but that one there is gone. So it is what it is. But in relation to both of these players, as I said, I would rather Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But let me bring up the rumors that I allegedly hear, people. Where is it? I've got so much stuff open. Hell is this? I'm ramping, people. So that's one. Sorry, Sir Alex. Calvert-Lewin. Here we have it. So as you lot can see here, a few people finally found it. Hit the like button if you haven't. Finally found the article. As you lot can see here, Arsenal put Everton's Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins on their striker shortlist as Mikel Arteta searches for a new striker with out of favour Alexandre Lacazette set to leave. Arsenal have been drawing up a list of strikers to replace Lacazette, where I hope it's an unknown sort of entity. Pardon me. That's a shame, man. That's fucked up. But anyways, away from that, R.I.P. Jose Semedo's wife. But as you lot can see here, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is on the list according to the scum. Ollie Watkins has also been mentioned by Chiefs as a target. As you lot know, also Lacazette is in the final year of his contract. Arsenal have reportedly put Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins on the top of their wanted strikers. Calvert-Lewin and Aston Villa's Watkins are two of the names Arsenal are targeting. Lacazette is believed to be on his way out of Arsenal as he has less than a year left on his contract. Again, we know that Lacazette could be moved on. We know he's got offers and all these things, but scrolling down to what actually matters. But whether Lacazette goes in January or June, his departure will leave Aubameyang as the club's only proven striker, and Arteta wants to ensure they are well prepared in the short term and the long term. Wonder what this means for Balogun then, and maybe even Martinelli. Arteta has reportedly told Arsenal's director of football to start searching for another striker now to ease moving on from Lacazette. We all know we're building, we've got a project youth going on. But again, there's a lot of jargon. Where are we going to get into the specifics, people? As we know, to be fair, Ollie Watkins and Calvert-Lewin, they tie into what we're doing. They would be the more experienced, younger sort of players to come in, and they'd be on the older spectrum. And I would hope with playing in the Euros, with playing for Sheffield United, with, to be honest, Calvert-Lewin in 24 years, at 24, he's been in the Prem a while. People have not rated him, not rated him. Watkins, you're doing your thing for Villa, so they would bring something. Both players are older than any of the 6 players the club signed in the summer. Apparently, both forwards have signed deals with their clubs until 2025, so they're contracted for another 4 years. So it's going to cost a considerable amount of money and something ridiculous, And again, fees that I don't think either player is worth. I like Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but if we're getting beyond 50, and arguing on 60, I think we need to look elsewhere. Watkins, if we're getting into anything like that, and I swear Villa paid 30 million on him, it's a myth, really and truly. For them fees that they're going to ask for, you might as well buy the Isaacs and Ivan Toney. Not a man said Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney could be the same as these lot, but you might as well go for the Isaacs and the Kareem Adeyemi's, and the younger players that might not, for all their potential, might not give you any confirmations, but again, is what it is. I prefer Dominic Calvert-Lewin because I feel he can score goals. He actually is all right technically. He obviously gives you an aerial threat. I think there's more of a direct use. I think it's personally more value for money signing Dominic Calvert-Lewin than Ollie Watkins personally. And with respect to Ollie Watkins, bro, how much are they going to ask him for? Watkins signs for Aston Villa. How much did they buy him for? Yeah, they signed him for 28 mil, rising to 33. So I'm sure they're going to want to make a handsome profit. If I'm Villa, I'm saying 50 to have a conversation. And as you saw with Villa, with Grealish, they're not selling man cheaply. They're not selling man for duddery, you know. So again, it is what it is. And I'm sure there must be a sell-on clause somewhere where Brentford are concerned as well. So there's going to, obviously, if there's a sell-on clause and you need to owe a previous club, you're going to bring in another person. So I'm not too sure. For me, I'm not really with it. Like, with respect to him, I'm sorry, but 132 appearances, 45 goals, 16 assists in the Championship. Fair play, he's gone through the leagues. It's not the worst. He's got 15 goals in 42 appearances in the league. And to be fair, at one point, Dominic Calvert-Lewin had rubbish stats like that. Watkins has been exposed to the Premier League or Premier League action in a shorter time frame. So I'll give him that. But if we're not talking 40, 50 for Watkins, I'm not on it. And even then, I'm trying to give Villa what they just paid for Donny, really and truly. So I'm not really on it for Ollie Watkins. Again, he's approaching the right age, though, 25, turning 26. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's not too far away from it. So we should probably see a purple patch. Oh, well, that's not how you spell Calvert. Man said Calvert. Now, if we look at Dominic, he's younger. I think he's better. He is contracted longer, so there's a problem. Oh gosh, why did I click that? Sorry, folks. Going back again. And again, for what it's worth, 3 and 3 for the sums they're gonna ask for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I don't think it's worth it. But I'd rather do it. And his stats aren't better. Obviously, 176 appearances for Everton, 56 goals, 16 assists. But it's only in the last two years that you've really seen him improve, if I'm honest with you. Like, you look at Calvert-Lewin, 2019-20 stats, 13 Premier League goals in 36, 15 in 41, all comps. Not the worst, but not the best. And then, as you lot already know, last season he kept doing it again. But again, even with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, again, I still think he's got potential. He's 24 years of age and things, but I'm saying that's a handsome return. 33 appearances, 16 goals. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Well, for the fees, for two strikers that ain't got 20 league goals in the Prem, I think you're better off spending elsewhere. And with respect to Dominic Calvert-Lewin, you have to discount a lot for his goals, at least where Arsenal's concerned. I'd say you have to discount at least 10%. So that's probably 6 or so goals. Again, 16%. 10% of 16. I swear it's 6. My maths is poor. I don't know in it, people. I don't know how to pass maths. But again, the goals are really inconsistent. There's a lot of development to do, and it would be kind of like what we're doing for Ben White and Ramsdale. You're paying for what they are tomorrow. He could develop, but I think you've got to discount at least 10% or more of Calvert-Lewin's goals because he's taken a couple pens. I'm not discrediting the penalties, but we're not going to play how Everton play. We're not going to be banging it all the time to his head and things. We're only going to cross the ball when we sign someone like William. So you have to probably discount things. And it's like Van Damme is saying here, for me, for the premium we're spending for these guys, I'd rather do it for Calvert-Lewin, but you're better off trying the abroad thing, if I'm honest with you. Like Isaac and Kareem Adeyemi are more significantly less experienced, but you're better off trying that. Or, Vlahovic for Florentina, or I'm pretty sure there's a bag of other strikers. Again, things can happen, but Everton have no desire to sell him. They probably want him to be their next Duncan Ferguson. He carries an England premium. I'm sure he would want to sign for Arsenal, but again, it comes down to the cash money, and these things there. Let's see if the Metro's article has said anything different. Hit the like button if you haven't. This has just gone on to say that Arsenal have identified Premier League stars Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Watkins as potential targets. Now, to be fair, there could be a list of 10 names, and it could have the Isaac, Vlahovic, you know, Kareem Adeyemi, this guy, that guy, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Watkins could just be on the list. They could be gassing. You know, they would be consistent with Lacazette in that if they were to sign, we'd overcompensate because of their lack of goal scoring, you know, or lack of getting 20 league goals with what they do. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin has the potential to get 20 league goals. I think Watkins does, but I ain't seen it. But we will overcompensate if they don't get it because, you know, they haven't got it really and truly. We'll be talking about work rate, hold up play, all the stuff we do with Laka. For me, I would like to bring someone significantly better in, you know. Again, it's a scouting job, but I'd rather bring in someone else. And I know Watkins and Calvert-Lewin are more experienced, but for me, if you're considering bringing in these sort of man, you might as well just start Project Martinelli through the middle and sign the next experienced man to go with it. I'm sure Schick has decent numbers, but I'm not with that at all, man. I'm not with that at all. I don't want Schick. You know, even Nunes even Nunes is a better, you get me? Isaac, Nunes, all of these sort of guys. And I don't think Nunes is perfect. You know, forgive me if I'm wrong. Weren't they saying 70 odd million for Lautaro Martinez? And I know he signed a new deal, but I'd rather try for that, you know, than what these men are going to ask you for. I do think, again, Dominic Calvert-Lewin would be more value for money than Ollie Watkins. And I don't want this to be an Ollie Watkins thing. Ollie Watkins could bang. There's potential there, but we've got potential dons. We've got potential dons, and you're gonna have to. This is kind of why I didn't want Tammy Abraham, another one we should go for. Not because I don't rate him, it's because we've got a lot of players that we need to develop, a lot of rough edge players, and these lot have as well. And we're not doing much with the ones we have. So why are you gonna bring in more of these sort of things? I know they're more finished products, but there's an issue there. You should have just done the Tammy Abraham thing, really. You know, I can't lie. If you're going to take Watkins, you might as well just go and sign an inside forward for me that can score goals. If you're going to sign Calvert-Lewin, I'll take it. But it just screams lazy if I'm honest with you. But it is what it is. What are you lot saying, man? I'm saying I'd take Watkins faster and stronger than Lewin. Stronger than Lewin? I'm not sure. He is solid though. I'd just go for Martial, throw an arm around him, show him some love, and watch the goals fly. And you see, I'd rather try that, but United aren't going to do that. You know, shout Mbulo because the Nunes shouts. You know, surely they're not going to ask for that much, and you could probably you get him cheaper. And if it don't work, you probably could sell him. Really, I would try Hail Mary for Gabez's. 50 mil for Watkins is too much. Man are saying 35 mil and that's it. Watkins for 40, 50, that's a joke. Would Dominic Calvert-Lewin leave Everton for Arsenal? I think he would. I think he will. I don't think Everton are there yet doing the other thing. I know Rafa's there. I think he would. He's an Arsenal fan. He speaks about it. We've still got a law, if I'm honest with you. I question mark it, but yeah. The hell's going on at Everton over Arsenal? I know Arsenal are rubbed, but let's be real. What have Everton done? I hope they get top 6, you know. I hope they get top 4 because I don't like the teams above them. But yeah, come on now. Let's keep a bit of perspective. Like Arsenal still have to, we still got that historical clout in the bank. It's running out and it's not a logical reason to sign. But I think we could get if the money's put on the table, I think Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins get done. But I don't think it's worth it. Adeyemi propaganda needed by Arsenal. I'm not really with the Belotti hype, but fair play, Belotti. Some man are saying Belotti would be perfect. You're right. Kieran Tierney's crosses can be converted with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. You're right. Make sure we're hitting the like button, people. 56 likes. Come on, you lot are doing the guy dirty. Dominic Calvert-Lewin 65, Watkins 50, Tony 35. That's what I reckon the clubs would ask for. Nah, I don't think. I think Tony's a bit cheap. I think they ask for 50. If they stay in the league, they ask for 50. And they should, if I'm honest with you. I would love Jude Bellingham, but you're living a dream. I mean, we're not going to sign a world-class forward. I would love it, but world-class is going to cost world-class money. Arsenal are never going to spend 80, 100 million on one player the way we are now. So you have to find these players of tomorrow. It's a myth. I'd bring St. Maxim in and play him up top. No, dead. That's a myth. I say we go grab Donny for the low. I mean, I would explore a loan or something for Donny van der Beek, but I don't know what's going on there. We need a striker and a general in centre mid. Facts. Some interesting comments. But yeah, man, that's where them men are concerned. Really. So I don't think we sign either for what it's worth. offered my opinions on him already. TM previously, decent little player. I'll probably leave it alone until I see something stand out from him of note. But yeah, that's just how I am. Calvert-Lewin. What's going on here? Calvert-Lewin / Watkins bid, I'd say. So yeah, man, we'll have to see what's happening in that regards. But for me, if you're not bringing in someone significantly better than what we have, what's the point? Like, doesn't make much. If you might as well just leave these guys alone, personally, man. Like, what about centre mid? Like someone said, what about centre mid, man? Zaha with his back to goal. Nah, fuck that. Zaha to go up front. Fuck that. That's tired, man. Let's get up to 100 likes. Vlahovic does hit the profile. Stylish, get onto them. They are moving lazy. I can't lie. Whoever Arteta is after, I'm backing. Didn't think much of any of the signings this year, but they're all proving me wrong. Let the man do his thing. I mean, I'll back anyone that signs for the club. But for me in the summer, I didn't look at any of these signings and think, what are we signing him for? He's not good enough. I looked at Ramsdale. I was like, oh, okay. It wouldn't be on my goalkeeper list, but I don't think he's that bad. Looked at Ben White. Okay, I definitely would have spent 50 million on him or had him on my list. But all right, he's not bad. You know, Lokonga, he's young. I wasn't among that. Tavares, very raw. All right, he's not gonna play a main part of the season like that. So all right, do that. There weren't really any. And again, I'd be more happy with Dominic Calvert-Lewin or have more confirmations. But Ollie Watkins isn't a slouch. But at the same time, I'd look at it and say, cool, you have to show me instantly. Because again, goals are a problem at this club. You know, there's no goal. You even look at bit part players at Spurs, you know. Okay, but whatever man say about Bell's loan or that Vinicius guy and where they were scoring, but between the two, they lost 20 odd goals. Suddenly you have Kane struggling, you have Son here and there, and you can see the issues. You know, we need to get goals. We need someone who is a scumbag, you know. It doesn't matter how you do it, are you going to get goals? Watkins might learn to, but is it worth 50 million to see if he can become that? I'd rather do it for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but is it worth that? So I'd rather try the foreign route. We need goals. Our goal, even with Aubameyang on the top of his game, we're over reliant on certain. I know he's a striker, so you have to rely on him, but we haven't got goals. So we need to find a striker that can bring that. Obviously, we need Saka, Smith Rowe, all of these guys to score goals. And also, Arteta has to improve us a lot in terms of creativity. We're not all the way there yet. You know, I think this is a 35-year low in terms of goals that we've scored since the campaign has kicked off. Now, there are some factors around that. But last season, once again, we finished 9th for attacks. 9th for goals, sorry. So that tells you, and also similar statistics had us in similar places for chance creation, you know, for shots on targets, for shooting, passes in the final third. Even look at the Brighton game. Even Harford, you know, only really Spurs as it looked like we've had some real plan. You know, it was a scummy goal against Norwich. Yeah, took a fantastic run from Saka, individual brilliance from Odegaard. We're still not creating chances, really and truly. You know, and until these things become the benchmark, we've got a very, very, very long way to go. But I think we should leave Ivor alone. If it's down to me, you bring in Calvert-Lewin as opposed to Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins can be used can be a bit more flexible than in terms of how you use him, like he's showing with Villa, then Dominic Calvert-Lewin, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, man, I just feel a bit more assurances with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But I think you got to leave both alone, if I'm honest. Balogun and Martinelli can't get a look in, so if I'm going to sign a striker, it'd have to be, you have to be someone sturdy, man. Just sign someone better than what we have, or someone ready to make an instant impact. As much as I'm here for the young players, it is what it is. I don't mind El Nesri, but again, not really someone I'm feeling too tough. You done Dominic Calvert-Lewin dirty with that thumbnail? Hey, no, I didn't. It's just a thumbnail, man. Chill, bro. Creativity is our biggest problem. Stability is our biggest problem. But beyond that, creativity would be there as well. Before this season, Watkins scored 26 with Brentford and 17 with Villa, 43 goals in the last 2 seasons. He's still improving. We know he's improving, you know. But that's my point. You know, we can't have 11 players of 11 men that need to improve, really and truly. We need certain players that have a certain level. And it's also an educated guess. What he's done with respect to Brentford, again, I've admitted that he's doing his thing, but that's irrelevant. I just need to know what you can do at the top level. Yeah, again, if we're trying to do the scouting thing, then yeah, but it's an educated gamble. Some gambles are better than others, and for me, I'd rather take the chance of Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But don't let it come across like I'm downplaying Watkins. But at the same time, I'd rather just leave both alone. I can tell Mace is dream chasing with this. Robert Lewandowski is reportedly. I think you meant to say Robert Lewandowski reportedly wants a new challenge. Although he just turned 33, he can give us 2 solid seasons, and the likes of Balogun and Martinelli can learn lots from him. What do you think? I mean, what I think is obviously you're right. You know, it would be amazing, but like my man said, it's a pipe dream. Like your dream chasing. Dream chasing. If if you're a man and you can't pull normal birds on the street and Cardi B or something walks past you, you can't chat to her. That's what it's like, bro. You need that one day is gone. I know he talks about Thierry Henry was one of his favorite players, and there might be an Arsenal thing, but you don't leave Bayern Munich and waste your time playing at Arsenal. You don't do that. You go for a free transfer or see what you can do to go Madrid or go wherever. South London, I want Karim Adeyemi, but even then, he's not ready to impact this thing instantly. If I'm honest with you, I'll blood him in, give him all the time. But yeah, all this soft striker thing is tired. Man are getting pushed over and smiling. Still my captain, but needs a ruthless killer up top. I just want goals, bro. I just want us. I know it's sunny, it's raining, it's snowing. You're scoring goals. That's it. We ain't got that again. I think if we can get that, and then you can get someone off that left or whatever who's that Alexis Sanchez, that individual brilliance, man. I think Arsenal can make it out the hood. Beyond other, you sort out midfield, things can happen. But boy, it's easier said than done. I'd rather us, if we're gonna spend this money, I'd rather us take a chance, a better chance. Everyone's a risk. You could sign, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, it doesn't bang. You sign Watkins, it don't bang. I'd rather us just scout a man, because you mentioned Robert Lewandowski. I know it's easier said than done, but I'm sure he had to start from humble beginnings in Poland at some point. Can you be there? Because that's what Arsenal need to do. We need to be there before it becomes clout. I don't know much. But how long have I sat here and been saying Karim Adeyemi, Karim Adeyemi, Karim Adeyemi? You started to see last season in the Europa League. You started to see this year in the Champs. Now he's going to get bought. That one day is gone. For me, it ends up at Bayern Munich, Liverpool, or Borussia Dortmund. That one day is gone, and there'll be a next one. I can't lie. Martinelli needs to be given the chance because he needs to be someone of some period here. I don't know if Balogun can cut the mustard. I don't really care that he's ripping up, and I need to do the reviews. I don't really care that he's twisting up Brighton's under 23s. Man, no, you can do that. Like, you score mad goals. He needs to go on loan or needs to be given an opportunity to prove he's of the level or can show he can be the levels in future. But there's no point bringing in man that you're going to need to work on too much and you don't really know what's going on, man. Gerard Moreno wouldn't mind, but dead, man. This is what happens when you fire your scouting system. Arsenal needs someone going into their prime and that is strong to hold up the ball and can score goals and assists. I think someone like Tony would be perfect, or Martinez. To be fair, you can't really... Generally, Tony scores goals, but you can't... If we're talking Premier League, you can't really say he's a goal scorer yet. He has to prove it, but everything else, yeah. I don't want someone that's just going to hold up play. With respect to Ivan Tony, I love his hold up play. But we must, if we just need a striker that can give us that and a bit different and someone that can be utilized, you must be able to scout someone that can do that. Because Ivan Tony's hold-up play is great. It's hardly the best in the league or the best in the world. It's up there in the best in the league. So you should be able to find that. Because we'll be saying the same things we say about Tony, about Lacazette. He works hard, he presses, he makes other players look better. All this overcompensating because of we're not getting goals. He needs time to improve. But Martinelli's a young G. This is why I'm saying if I'd rather go for you sign your serious striker and you make Martinelli that B guy. You give him his chance through the middle, you give him his occasional start, and you primarily play him off the left and the right, and then you see where he's at. Bro, Balogun absolutely twisted that defender, ripped him a new one. That guy there's probably gonna retire, but that's dead. I've seen J. Emmanuel Thomas, Rabona against Everton and that at under 23s. I've seen bare things. It's dead though. Like, man, need to see you outside your comfort zone. I need to see you against, games like Brighton in general. If he went out on loan or played, you're gonna learn more. I'm more keen to how you played against Brentford at the start of the season because that's you outside your comfort zone. Everyone can't be, I don't really care for. I think Arsenal, we do this. We had Joe Willock not really getting minutes for whatever reason at one point. You had, you've had Balogun and you've had Eddie. There was years them man didn't need to go out on loan or play. Like you just, You're not developing, and then we're surprised when these guys look like they're behind their peers at other clubs or whatever. Martinez or Vlahovic depends on what type of player Arteta wants, are the shouts. To be fair, Martinez seems to be someone there, man. Rafa would not sell Dominic Calvert-Lewin unless he's have a replacement ready that fits the bill. Besides, why would he go to Arsenal, a competitor, not to a bigger club? To be fair to you, you know, they've shown money talks. There's no reason why I don't think Dominic Calvert-Lewin can't sign for Arsenal if you put the money on the table. I think let's keep some perspective a bit. But yeah, I mean, you know, let's be honest, we've done better than Everton. As rubby as we have been, like we've won trophies, and how the fuck have Everton done? Like, come on now. You know, under Rafa Benitez, it looks good, but it's been 7 games. Like, you know, if the league was done after 7 games, Tottenham Hotspur, like their fans were proud to tell us, you know, they won the league in August. Likes are tired, you lot are lacking. Again, this is going to be a very short live stream, people. You lot don't value the guy. But it is what it is. We keep moving. While focus is on Patino, Salah is doing his thing. Salah-Eddin has been good. Patino is good. There should be no focus on any of them young players. Let them young G's play, and that's it. And the thing is, Dortmund get it. There's a reason Dortmund are churning out quality young players. Exactly. They don't persist with duds forever. You know, they know when someone's a dud, they get rid of it. We got it wrong. And yeah, man, there's a plan and whatnot in place. I like Osimhen, to be fair to you. I like him. You know, I liked him. I liked him a lot. I do like what he brings to the table, and he's been in a real purple patch since he started, really and truly. So yeah, he'd be on the list. But again, similar to us for Pepe, didn't Napoli get swindled by Lille for Osimhen as well? Didn't he cost a pretty penny as well? Yeah, man. These teams need a reality check. Everton and Spurs will always be in the mud in terms of winning trophies. I mean, bloody hell, I respect to Everton, but I allow it now. Like Everton, really, to be fair, they have potential. They, you know, the guy who wanted to buy our club went over there, but right now, come on now, man. Arsenal and Everton, I'm not being funny. You know, I know they're ahead of us right now at the table, but until I see something undoubtedly clear, I think that one's there. You know, the Leicesters, all them sort of teams there, they're doing things, but Everton, fuck off. Goodison Park, get out of here. Shout out to Everton as well. Bro, Leo finessed both clubs. Let's be real. Leo pulled a finesse. Like Anthony at Ajax, Arsenal need an individual brilliance, man. To be fair, need to see a bit more from him before I start screaming, sign him. Decent player, though. But dead that, man. I think Martinelli will be the striker once Oba/Laka leave. Although Arteta is investing in youth, he'll still play the elders who are still ballers. More money will be spent in centre mid, Cam left rather than striker. I don't know for that. I don't know for Cam. I hope for centre mid. Yeah, but the difference between Pepe and Osimhen is that he's a crucial part of that team. To be fair, you look at the numbers, Pepe's also been one, and I don't really know why you're taking a shot at Pepe. Like, what does that mean for him? You know, the underlining point being that they swindled both teams. You know, Pepe has gone on, you know, Osimhen's gone on to do well. But if we was probably watching him on a more scrutinized basis, I wonder what we'd say. In a year or two, we should look at Barella. He's a ball carrier. You lot's chest is high, innit? Man, I think they're getting Barella off into Milan. I would love it though. Another one, you need to buy them, man, when they're at Calahigri. Odd topic, DG, but I've never heard the story about your Gonzalo. What a strike. Can you tell it, please? Well, I play, I score, I play for Wrongans. I play, I score. That's all it is, man. I don't know. It's normal, innit? You get me? Like, and the postman delivers the post and that. It's not really much, innit? It's just the DG drippers, innit? It's just there, innit? Like, obviously, like, let's bring it up, obviously. We pre it now. Again, like, I'm just handling business, as you see, like, the darting run forward. I fancy my chances here, and I just said, you know what? Let me fucking smash it. No chance. It's normal, man. It's just no one's there. Like, you get me? Like, it's just normal, bro. It's just normal. Like, I'm a bit like Thierry Henry, and that. You know how Thierry Henry speaks about he sees the keeper and he shoots at a certain point. It's just one of them ones there. It's just an X Factor thing. You get me? Like, less of that, man. Less of that. Don't need no touch, man. Of course I have it, broski. Of course it's there. You mad? Any opportunity, come on. Telling my grandkids about that. I'm not out. CS, that's a good shout. And since I've been watching Saliba and Guendouzi, this Diangu, he's caught my eye. I like what he's bringing to the table, the 21-year-old, but bit too raw, a bit too young. It's one of them. You with strikers for me, you've got to wait for the right moment. And this is where I hope the club have done their due diligence, because, as I said back then, the minute Aubameyang signed that deal, he's what I describe as he's here for the present. Yeah, he's going to help you for the present. By God's grace, help us get back to top four, do all of these things. He's a present player. You need to know that at some point he's going to stop scoring. He might at best start scoring, but you need to change how you're using him in the team. Or you need, at one point he's not going to be here forever. You need to know. So again, that first year he signed the deal. Okay, you might not sign a striker, but watch it. The guy you want, watch him for a year. What's he looking like in year 2, and so on and so forth? Because there's years. There's many years to do. There's many years to do things. You look at Lacazette, for about 3 years, we was half-hearted. And to be fair, Wenger is well documented. He was half-hearted, and the club kind of pushed us to do this. Is it any coincidence after signing him 6 months later we get Aubameyang? I know Alexis Sanchez had a part to play, but why didn't we go for a winger? Because Lacazette has a lot of qualities, but he's not scoring goals like that. So again, we need to do our due diligence and just not sign a player for the sake of it. But it's difficult. DG for a couple ends. I like Esseman. He's scoring goals. Pepe is hot and cold. You're right. But you gotta have it to go, bro. You lot got it to go? That's right. I didn't think anybody else did that. Get me? And they're saying Dominic Calvert-Lewin is injury prone, goal for Watkins. And I think let's look at his injury record. Let's take that to VAR, because I don't know. I do think sometimes the man will get one injury and then man are screaming, their injury thingy and injury this and that. So let's see how long he's actually spent on the treatment table, man, historically. It's where you can see someone's injury record on Transfer Mark. Where is it? Sorry, injury record. Where the hell is it? Yeah, injury history. Here we have it. Let's see what this guy's injuries are saying. Oh, bloody hell, you lot are harsh, innit? But man, I say man are injury prone. Bloody hell, you man are harsh. How you call this man injury prone? How can you call this? Let's go on detailed as well. Bro, man's been playing football for how long, or for Everton of how long? You lot are harsh, man. He had a fractured toe, yeah, so he missed 6 games. Prior to that, he missed 2 games with a hamstring knock. Prior to that, he had a muscle injury. Other than that, what's he had for like 2 years? To be fair to you, and there's probably some factors. There's an over reliance on Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. So I wouldn't say that's mad injury prone. 2 injuries in the last year, 2 very different injuries. He had a hamstring, which is probably typically down to wear and tear. Fractured again, that's probably an impact one. So I think that's a bit harsh, really. And he had a muscle injury as well that caused him to miss 3 games. And obviously, these injuries have come around January, where games are coming thick and fast, really. So he's had some injuries, but I wouldn't say that's injury prone. It's hardly a crazy list. And I don't think the same goes for Ollie Watkins either. I know I'm sure Ollie Watkins had a decent layoff of an injury at a point, but his thing can't be that much. Yeah, look, no entries. But yeah, he's nothing with his injuries either. Bit harsh to be throwing man and saying he's injury prone, and that'd be very harsh there, if I'm honest with you. Fair play though. Make sure we're hitting the like buttons. You guys should try to sign Raheem Sterling of us in January. Dream chasing. But why not, man? I wouldn't mind signing an under-radar striker like Dolberg. He has 4 goals in 6 games so far. It's now or never for that youth, but I'd probably take a miss on him. How many other attempts have you had after that? Be honest. I mean, this is why you don't look. This is how you don't know, Mace, because Ronaldo, me, Neymar, all these guys, you've got to take shots. You've got to take shots. Like, you get me? You've got to take shots. To be honest, that will be once every 10 years, but you get me? Like, This is the thing, like Henri says, you got to try things. You know how many times I've tried that and it ain't worked? But that's the difference between me and you lot. If I fail something 10 times, I'm going to try 11th time. This is why, you get me, man's with Messi and these guys. Like, yeah, give me my Puskas award, man. Man said VAR. Shout out Bulgaria. Oh, man. Yo, DG sounded like the special one there for a hot minute. ACL, allegedly. No, I'll go for Watkins. Diane could be purchased in January and loaned back to Marseille for the rest of the year. So then he don't really help us immediately. But I haven't seen enough of him to say make sure you grab him yet. Make sure you're hitting the like button. We should be close to 200. We should, man. Unexpected high bills for everyone who has not hit that like button, people. And I hope everyone wins the lottery who has, man. Would you take Sterling? Of course. What separates you from the best? Trust. What separates me? I am the best. No, I'm guessing. I don't know. But yeah, man, you just gotta have, trust me, you just gotta have self-belief, bro. X factor, you know, one of the ones there, like, you lot ask me why I hit that, because Bear Man ain't got the X factor. Like, a lot of you see it and then bottle it. I'm gonna miss Lacazette. Feels like Perez. I really liked him. Nah, he's twice the player Perez was. Perez was shit. I don't know why Arsenal fans used to gas it. He got minimal opportunities, but sometimes you can just tell when the signing's been at L. He's very lightweight, very gassed up, very anonymous in games, I felt. Some fans were still shouting Maddison despite his injury record. I would take Maddison, but I think man were getting gassed. Like they were saying 70 million and all these things for things that Maddison ain't worth. It's crazy. Pardon me. You fancy you'd score a long shot in the EPL before Partey? No, because I'm not a Premier League player, but if I was up to speed, why not, man? Followed you on Twitch to support the cause. God bless you, my guy. One love to everyone who's been following on Twitch and supporting the cause. One love to everyone who was on Twitch earlier at 10 a.m. Please make sure you're following and subscribing on Twitch and supporting the thing, man. Villa signed Watkins for 28. He's now an England international, so 60 million just to get us to talk, bro. You lot could talk to whoever you want, bro. I'm not involved. Like smoking you're right, bro. Villa are smoking budge if they think they can get 60 for Watkins. No one's paying that without 20 league goals. You grab 20 league goals, you can talk, but Watkins 20 league goals. If you don't get that, it's a Villa thing. And if he was so 30, why'd they sign Ings? I know once a man like Ings becomes available, it is what it is. But yeah, man. Maddison hasn't scored or assisted since Jan. To be fair, they've all been tired at Leicester, but there is no smoke without fire, man. Zaha or Sterling, DG? Taking Sterling. If we are talking about these, man, why didn't we sign Tammy? Exactly. Why didn't we sign Tammy? But I'd rather that. Out of all three, I'd rather that, really and truly. But saying that, Tammy's got a lot of my thing is just, if you signed Watkins, if you signed Lewins, and if you signed Tammy, they've got a lot of work, you know, for a big man. Tammy Abraham, and I think he will learn it, but Tammy Abraham for a big man, he's quite poor in the air. He's quite poor in terms of his hold-up play. He doesn't really anticipate much. As a striker, it sounds stupid, but you should always expect a defender to miss it. You should always gamble and expect a teammate to miss it. You should always be creeping on the back post, on the near post, following in. It's all of these things that I don't think he has, but he's learning. And for me, it's like we're not, you know, again, he's ahead of guys up front, but you ain't showing me what we're doing with Martinelli. At the time, I'm not seeing what you're doing with Eddie and Ketty. You're not showing me what you're doing with the experienced guys, you know? So if you're not going to bring someone that is undoubtedly better than what we have, there's no point bringing man into the club, people, man. I don't think it's regretting to sign Tammy. You know, Tammy's a baller, but I mean, it's only if you're going to turn around and buy the men in question, really. But yeah, man, I wouldn't mind Tammy at all, really and truly. DG, speaking of Twitch, which platform would you prefer we follow you on for some of us that can only follow you on one platform? Take your pick, man. YouTube, we're here to stay. Twitch, you know, I think Twitch is better. We're going to get some more watch alongs. There's little watch parties. So, like, if you lot got Amazon, we can all watch the same thing together. It's more inclusive. So, I would say both, really. You know, I would. You know, because we got more followers on YouTube, I'd say Twitch, but they both got different little things I want to explore, if I'm honest with you. You couldn't cough up the peas. Isaac would be a shout. Bro, Tammy deserves it. I don't know why he wasn't just called up in the normal England team. He's called up 24 hours earlier. Later, sorry, he's not replacing anyone. It's like Southgate just wants to make a song and dance about things, or he's incompetent. He deserves it. Any Twitch streams tonight? We've already done one, Curtis. We've already done one. Going to watch James Bond today, but so probably not. But yeah, I've already done one at 10 a.m. This is why I tell you, on Twitch. Again, Twitch is lit. Check your schedule. Set your reminders. Southgate is a scrub. I'd take Calvert-Lewin. Let's work on our chance creation first. No point in having a good striker and we don't create. Facts. We sold Iwobi for 35. Imagine how much they're gonna want for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, boy. They got fleeced still. One of the best deals Arsenal have done recently, man. Between bringing in Gabriel for pennies and selling Iwobi, out of all the L's we've taken, boy. I don't know what gas that man said. Do Squid Game. I've watched Squid Game. You talking about being Squid Game, brother? Man, not trying to. I need peas, but I ain't trying to dead. Fuck. You think I can do all of? I don't really be waiting. Watch it. You think I can do all of them puzzles and taking it out? No, mate. I'm keeping myself here, bro. I don't want to. No one needs to come up to me in the train station and say I want to play a game. Nope. I don't want to play no games. I don't want to do anything. If you want to go on moves or something and clap something and finesse something, then why not? But I ain't going on no Buki Island and things like that. Yo, bad said Squid Game, You're going mad. London Squid Game as well. The contestants be doing people dirty. You're going mad. What about Daniel Sturridge? He signed. He's joined the new club. Ain't he gone Australia or something? And plus, I mean, if we're talking about Daniel Sturridge, come on, let's be serious. We're not going to get anywhere. Big up Sturridge, but I mean, that was about 10 years ago or something, really. Like, to be fair to you, the way we're moving, Henry might as well dust off the boots. No, want to play a game. I want to play no backside game with no one on screen. I want to play a game. You know how mess that thing starts to say, nope. Do you think Pepe will be here next season? Arteta doesn't seem like he wants to play him. I mean, we say that, but I think that's a bit wrong. I think he frustrates. I think Pepe, you just have to accept now, he's not good. I don't think he's going to kick on too much. I have seen him kicking on a bit. I do think he's kicking on a bit. I do think his general plays improved, but he's never going to be the talisman of this team. He's not going to be the Alexis Sanchez or the Mo Salah. He's a rotation option. That's where we're at now. Simple as that. I think he does like him now. I think he remembers that Pepe was saving his bacon, but Pepe and Martinelli, boy, the right wing seems to be Saka's. Saka and Pepe's, to be fair, but who knows? If Martinelli gets a chance there again and he bads it up, he plays, or a next man comes in or whatever. On the left, there's a million guys that can play there. Aubameyang can still go over there. Smith Rowe's emergence there as put a spanner in the works, a position where I think you probably should have went with Pepe there against Brighton or against Spurs going into the Spurs game because we won. So yeah, man, I think he's in problems there, really and truly. And again, against Villarreal, I don't know why he didn't give Pepe the opportunity to play as a false nine, because he's done that. But at 26, turning 27 next year, boy, he's contracted until 2024. So I think we'll just cut our losses when his contract, I think he'll stay here for about 2 more years, and then that's where that one's concerned. But we've got to keep some perspective, I mean, we say he doesn't want to play him, and I know whenever someone isn't involved, it's a crime scene. But as I was saying, bro, you got to remember, Pepe has played 6 times this season. He's played 5 games in the Prem. I know there was injuries, but he got 90 against Burnley, where he played well. He played well against Norwich, Chelsea, and Brentford. He didn't take his opportunity. He weren't in the squad for the City game. He's on the bench against Spurs, obviously, and he got 27. So he started. Other people have just taken their chances, and it's not even that. Smith Rowe, Aubameyang, Saka, all of these guys could have been dropped going into Spurs, but obviously we played Spurs. We had a very standout performance. It's a great team performance, so he's sitting on the bench. Simple as that. And I mean, as much as I like Pepe, I think he's a man for the squad. I don't know if you can rely on him, bro. 15 goals in 65 Premier League games is rubbed. But when you look at his numbers generally, they're better than a lot of his teammates. So there is something there really and truly in the man. I don't think he's dead at all. But I wouldn't agree with like all this Arteta don't like him stuff. And last season generally, but he started him. Obviously, Saka's gonna play 9 times out of 10. But it's when Martinelli and Pepe and Lacazette get your chance, take them in it. Like, I don't know with Martinelli, Lacazette's gonna be gone. Pepe, it looks a bit brazy, but Yeah, man. I would. It's still early days, man. In this season, everyone will get their chance. We put an asterisk on that. Think, there's been a couple of things that I've actually liked Arteta doing this season beyond the obvious. I like the fact that, well, I would have liked you to go to a 3 against Brighton, but we're not going 4-1 week 5, 3, and then bare other stuff. We're not playing Marie and Holding and then Ben White and Gabriel and then Ben White and Marie and all these mad things. There's a bit more stability in our back five, in our defense. Cedric's not randomly coming in. Chambers the same. For me, he's managed Partey's fitness a bit better. He's playing Aubameyang through the middle. He's played Pepe in the first odd couple of games. So I can't really complain with what I've been seeing, really. Some of the things that I think he struggled with, he's learning from, if I'm honest with you. Clearly brought Ramsdale in at the best time as well. Because ironically, I don't think Leno deserved to be dropped really off the basis of that City 5-0. You can see 5 goals, your position is always going to be under threat. But I don't think he was the worst or one of the worst players on the football field. It was almost like Leno of old in that game. But there's been 1-2 things that I've liked from Arteta that he's done well in that regards. Man said Southgate is Ollie in a waistcoat. Harsh, man. You're just saying you have a spelling mistake in the title. What happened now? Where is that? Where? Oh, gosh, yeah. The 2 is there for what reason? I was meant to just say Arsenal. Good looking out, my Bulgarian tugs. Shout out Bulgaria. It's actually crazy that, just through our love of football, we're doing bare different talking and whatnot, man. So, yeah, is it me or DG keeps freezing? Don't know. Big up yourself, G1. Barcelona in for Sterling in January, 81 million. Barca need to do that, innit? They need to. If anyone needs to do it, it's them. They need whenever I've seen Haaland and Mbappe, all of these players, Suarez, I don't know why they sold Suarez, Salah. Barca need to grab these guys more than anyone. Out of all of them clubs there, the Barca's, Madrid's, all of these ones, Barca look like they're in the most trouble. At least Madrid can sit there and say he's rubby at this moment, but there's still Eden Hazard. You've still got Benzema. Mbappe's trying his best to come. Camavinga's signed. Pogba's on saying that United joining you lot going Juventus. What going for Barca's thing? Man, I'm playing with Luke Dion and that. Tired. How can you get someone shitter than Braithwaite? It doesn't make sense. Come on now. Crazy. Absolute crazy, bro. They need to find it, bro. UEFA loaner, I'm sure there's lawyers and stuff, and there's money they can find. They need to find it, bro. They need to find it. Barca what Sterling, 81 million loan obligation to buy or a player swap deal. To be fair with you, that's how Bernardo Silva could get his move. Apparently he wants Barca or Madrid. That's how he gets his move, man. Before the season, I called we need to sign Benitez. Benitez is streets ahead of Arteta. Benitez is a fantastic manager, worth his weight in gold. But yeah, man, I think that one day is forcing it. It's been 7 games. Let's see if that's still said for Benitez. Benitez is doing his thing though. Man, laughed at bringing in Gray, me included. Townsend, the things are happening. Last season people were saying this bullshit about Everton as well. I don't know. I don't even remember. I don't think Rafa Benitez was the gaffer, but they were saying this. They were saying this as well when they were doing their thing. When James Rodriguez was there, badding it up, people saying, "Why didn't Arsenal go and buy that?" Oh my God, they need to build around Pedri and the young fatty too. Man said they need Amigo loan. Arteta is way too focused on defense, which I must say is doing well, but at the detriment of our attacking play, which is really suffering. Barca haven't got money to do big signings. They're in over 1 billion debt, bro. They need to do some fraud, do some ACs. They need to do something, man. If they can't do that, then they're in problems. Absolute problems. Connection unstable. One sec, people. I'm out and come back in. All right, quickly, people. Quickly. We're back. Quickly. Are we good now? I turn off the Wi-Fi and focus specifically on the wired. So yeah, man. Bernardo is quality. Don't know why City would sell him. Just ooze quality against Liverpool and bro. I might be smoking something strong, but I think he was better than Foden. Don't get it twisted. Foden was a madman. He scored a goal, but I think if you're gonna force that what did he do again? Joint man of the match. It should have been Bernardo. Bernardo's been good, real good in the last couple of games. Take nothing away from Foden's performance, but you're right, man. And to be honest, apparently Bernardo wants to go in it. You could hear the way Pep chats about him. He don't want to sell him, but if the man wants to keep it moving and he feels, yo, you know what? I'm as much as I like what I'm doing. I've learned under whatever I want. He wants to go. City don't want to sell him. He wants to go, and you can't really keep unhappy players. You know, clearly they don't want him to go. They'd have to force it. And Barca and Madrid didn't have peas, and it looks like what's shagging a lot of these guys. Is a lot of these bigger clubs don't got money, and if they do, well, man, are trying to sign Haaland or Mbappe or one of them, really. You know, and if you can't grab them, then what else are you doing? So it is what it is. Sorry, it feels like I can't. It feels like there was bare noise somewhere, but there's not anymore. So is what it is in that regards. Make sure we're hitting the like button. Twitch denied me, DG. I don't know why. I don't know what you're doing, but fair play. Just join DG. I don't know if you've covered the centre mid issue. I mean, I'd like to think, listen, I think anyone that's been subscribed to me for the last 6, 7, 8, 9 months, you know I've been banging on the centre mid train, and I'm not gonna stop. Bro, we know we're in trouble, and this is where surely the club have to. I know Arsenal, we do things special in it, but we've got. There's no way, surely Arteta knows he needs a centre mid in Jan. Surely, because we betted on Xhaka. We need to move away from Xhaka. I think Brighton showed that, wow, we could have used Xhaka in that game. What the value of having quality centre mids that can hold on to the ball can do for you. And just in general, how it could improve our hold up play and how we hold the ball in midfield, and how we attack from back to front a tenfold. As you said, you know, Xhaka's injury, Partey, you know, gambling with Partey being fit for the season is dangerous, much less AFCON. AFCON obviously takes El Nene and Partey out the occasion. You're left with Maitland-Niles, Lokonga. I assume by then Xhaka is back. And probably, you know, Odegaard and Smith Rowe could be used there, but it's weak, it's meaty, it doesn't really give you much, you know. So we do need a lot more. What would you say? Would you prefer Arsenal to get a stopgap or get a world-class centre mid? Who would you define as a world-class centre mid? Because any world-class man we're not getting. Top quality, again, we tried to bid for Locatelli. That one's not happening. It all depends what's available, you know. Again, all these hours and all these things, it could be done in Jam, but it's probably not. So I'd say, well, all I would say is I hope the scouts have done their due diligence, really and truly. You know, I would love household names, you know, the names we've been linked with. But in the same way you brought Lokonga, who's more aligned to Partey, can you find someone that's a younger Xhaka? Now, someone that is mobile, you know, someone that can pass the ball quickly, you know, someone without the extra baggage. Ideally, I'd just prefer a centre mid that's competent. You know, I would love world-class players. We're a long way away from them wanting to come to the club or signing for Arsenal. I need competence. You give me competence, I get confidence. You give me confidence, in fact, no, I get, you know, you give me consistency, I get consistency, so I can believe in you. That gives me confidence. You know, I'm only going to have confidence if I can see you're competent. These are the 3 C's I always say I want from these players: competence, confidence, and consistency. Too many players that we've signed have had 1 of the 3, 2 of the 3, not all of the 3, and you need that, you know. So until we get that, then we can start talking about midfielders and things. When Santi came, he wasn't world class. Can you go out and grab a man like that? We need that Santi Cazorla replace someone that wants the ball. Odegaard is that, but he ain't that. Like, he's not that. You man that was saying, oh, Odegaard's better than Ozil and all this tosh, bro. He's got a long way to go, bro. Man don't know how to manipulate the ball to them little levels there. And sometimes he's at it, sometimes he's not. Now, that was Odegaard's first anonymous game in a while, but generally you get the point, folks. Or if you don't, we're in trouble. So yeah, is what it is. Make sure we're hitting the like button. Please let me know. Am I a bit smoother for those of you that said I might have been whatever? Trust me, bro. December 31st, man, need to know. Arsenal, Edu needs to be chatting to these centre mids from now. There's a difference, fam. Benitez is doing magic with a depleted squad. Take nothing away from him, really and truly. You know, take nothing away from what he's doing, really and truly. But I mean, it's been 7 games. If if Benitez gets them into Europe, then fair play. He's done what many have failed. But I think it's to be easy. There's been a lot of hype that's gone away very quickly with gaffers. And I mean, Benitez is the same guy that found himself from Madrid to Newcastle in a matter of months. Shout out Rafa Benitez, a legend in this thing, but come on now. DG unblock me. I don't know what I did to be blocked, but this is my other account. And what do you say? I mean, to be fair, if you was blocked by me or someone else, you must have been chatting shit. So I ain't unblocking nothing, and I don't know who your other account is. Respectfully, DG. From DG. Kevin De Bruyne still doesn't look right to me after the Euros. Trust me, he looks like he's still carrying stuff. He looked like even in the Euros, he had an injury. We found out he's taking painkilling injections and that. I said, big up to everyone that's on Twitch. We spoke about neutral football in talking points, and I said Kevin De Bruyne has been looking rubby. You know, he's just trying this spam crossing thing. I know he scored at the weekend and that, but it was dead. A lot smoother now, no worries. So yeah, man, apologies. The Wi-Fi is moving mad. You know, the wide connection saving the day. So yeah, man, make sure you're there. Would you sign Telemans next summer? I would love Telemans to sign for Arsenal Football Club, but when you're linked with Manchester City, Liverpool, United, the big boys from abroad, forget PSG even, forget about it. Like, it's gone. I'm there, my guy. I'm there, man. Hope you're doing well. If Miguel Aziz nurtured the likes of if Arteta, nurtured the likes of Miguel Aziz and gave him minutes, then we'd be fine without Partey. You don't even believe that. You don't believe that. And I mean, if you're truly watching Aziz, they're two different footballers. And Aziz is not ready to be thrown into Premier League football. You know, that's why he's gone out on loan. He's a great player. He's extremely casual on the ball. He'd get eaten alive. I'm telling you that for someone that's watching him all the time. You're like, yeah, don't force it. Like, you don't. This is what I'm talking about, forcing things. Fair play, though. Kevin De Bruyne's injuries are catching up now. He isn't at his 2016-20 levels no more. That's a fair point. And to be fair with you, I think a lot about these footballers. You know, I worry for a lot of footballers' health, let alone their immediate health playing football, because it just seems like Kevin De Bruyne is one of them ballers and Kane's another one. It feels like them and they get a 6-month injury and they're back after 2 weeks or a day, and that somehow they've you know, they're fitter in that. It's crazy. So I don't know, man. If we're talking about Watkins and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, is Bamford a shout? Yeah, same way Tony's there. You know, all the English strikers that have the flavour of the month and do what they need to do. Yeah. There's a rumour Zuckerberg wants to buy Arsenal. Tell him come. Bro, pause. Our Warriors quality would be difficult in Jan. We missed a trick not bringing in Pjanic on loan in the summer. Tell him again, Van Damme. Same thing I was on. Again, without knowing all the variables and these things, bro, Pjanic was there on a little loan thing. We could have rid with that for the season. With respect, he's playing in the Champions League for Besiktas and all them things, but that could have been decent for us. I wanted him since his Lyon days, as I said last week. Do better go and get his man Bruno Guimaraes on Jan 1st. Trust, but once again, difficult to do these things. Just join Twitch. Come on. Big up to everyone who's supporting the thing on Twitch. You know, journey to 10K keeps going. And I think right now we're at 2,599. So almost at 2.6 thousand. We're doing our thing. One love to everyone that's locked in on YouTube. Again, I don't know where this rumor came. I'm not going nowhere on YouTube. It's just we're taking Twitch seriously. Bro, this is managers talking for the sake of talking, bro. Like, Miguel Aziz and Partey are different. If anything, Miguel Aziz needs to improve a fucking tenfold defensively before he gets a look in. Vlahovic just rejected a contract extension, could be gone in Jan. Allegedly. Any truth about the Traore rumors? Feels like he has more to offer than Pepe. I haven't seen Adama Traore rumors, but I mean, that's a waste of money, bro. Like, I would rather waste money overpaying on Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Watkins than overpaying on Adama Traore. That's dead, if I'm honest with you. I haven't seen that rumor, so there must be something in it. I ain't come across that though. United will win both the champs and the Prem. Make sure, you know. Watkins will be ideal. Only 29% for Watkins. I make sure you're voting as well in relation to Watkins. Where are we at in that voting? Ross, 72% Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, you man are doing Watkins a bit dirty. 28% Watkins. 72% Calvert-Lewin. You man slide doing him a bit dirty. You don't really deserve that. You man are making out like he's dog water. Kevin De Bruyne has been a myth for time. City won 2 titles with him missing bare games. Bernardo is more important for City, just like David was. Boy, Kevin De Bruyne will be rotated at City with Gundogan. And I mean, there's plenty of players. Kevin De Bruyne was terrific against PSG and Liverpool for a player who's just coming back from injury. Fair play. I think he was bog standard against Liverpool. I think that was the shittest he was of the last 3 games. He just scored. I think PSG, he tried, but he kept trying. Him and Grealish, they just kept trying the same things that works for them every week in the Prem. I don't think he done much against Chelsea. He was about, but yeah, I just think he's been dead, man. I don't know for any of that, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, I mean, they're not. Well, I hope we've got competence. So I hope there's been something, man. Bernardo reminds me of Santi, the way he dribbles and turns. Bro, small, diminutive, low sensor of gravity, man. Man said, homeboy just gave me inspiration. No process for getting unblocked. Think I sent chat from my pocket. Been in the gulag since. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know what you did in it, but you must have been. Someone must have been rude or disrespectful. Again, take it to VAR. Provide some evidence. Again, I don't know, man. So many people get blocked. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is good, but only scores headers. Very reliant on headers. And knowing Arsenal, we're not going to give him that. But then again, like man, I'm saying, Tierney swinging crosses into Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm here for it, you know. I'm here for it. Same way I'm here for an aerial threat, you know. I'm here for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Calvert-Lewin, you know, seeing that, you know, that bun on his head just flying in. I'm here for it still. I'm sly here for it. I've become more of a Dominic Calvert-Lewin fan in the last 18 months than I thought. Love Declan Rice. But again, bro, man, are talking some mad fees for Declan Rice. Like, the English premium's taking the piss. Like, I don't think he's a bad player, but man are saying 60 million. Come on now. Like, I rate that. I like Rice. I think he could learn in times to be a good centre half. He plays well in the middle. But what's he doing? That's worth 60 mil. Really and truly. Is he a 60 million pound player? It's mad. Actually, I don't mind Belotti, but he would be low on my list. If that makes sense. Well, Kevin De Bruyne's quality, you never lose it, innit? You never lose it. Trust me, man are frustrated about Pepe and then asking for Adama Traore. Madness. Asking for a headache. Hold up players what we're lacking right now, hence why we can't get Smith Rowe or Saka to perform away from home. Bit deep because I've seen Saka perform away from home, and I think Smith Rowe was our best player at Brighton. If I'm honest with you, if you're not going to talk about maybe the defenders, DG, if we were to spend 50 million on a striker to get a target man, would you rather Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Vlahovic? We're not going to get either for 50, but I'd rather try the Vlahovic thing. Bro, but anyone that knows football knows Bernardo's been a good footballer. It's just obviously at City, because there's so many star men and whatnot, you look average, you know. If I'm in a school, right, and I'm the most gifted genius, you know, I was doing this at 12 years of age, I've done this and whatnot, and then that's in an average school, and then I get sent off to a school where there's other special men like me, guys and girls like me that have done things. Am I really am I special now, or am I average? Because everyone's like that now. That's what I get the vibe with City. You know, a lot when you look at the Mahrezes, the Bernardos, you're never really gonna get the hype unless you make yourself to the team like a Kevin's done. You know, I gotta plug my yard man, Raheem Sterling, like Raheem Sterling done when he was one of the first names on the team sheet. Your opinion on Saint Maximin, baller, absolute baller in it. You know, very enjoyable footballer. I think footballers are robots these days. So when I see, you know, I'm not comparing him to Neymar, but it is a pleasure to see Neymar, to see him, to see a couple of players, because I just think too many footballers are robots these days. Yeah, I'll take Martial. Not sure what you're saying there, Mark. To be honest, this two didn't come. Hot prospect of the club is Sterling coming this Jan. No clue what you're saying there, my guy, man. And Napoli look like they could. If Napoli win the league this season, Osimhen may be the most sought-after striker in Europe after Mbappe and Haaland. Karim Adeyemi might give him a run for his money. I feel like I'm just gassing this guy at any opportunity, man. They're different players, but Watkins' work rate and pressing from the front is unmatched. That is very true. Unmatched. He works hard. That's why I said I think man are downplaying him. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Man need goals, bro. It is about, let's don't get it twisted, Lee. It is what you're doing in football. Scoring goals isn't enough. There's bare man that score goals and guys say, oh, but he can't hold up the play, but he can't do this, but he can't do that, but he can't do the third. So goals win you games. You know, for me, anyways, I believe it's what you need to score goals. If you can only be so good as a striker if you don't get a certain amount of goals to take you to that level. But equally, it's about what you're bringing to the table when you're not. Now, for me, I can't lie, bro. If we're talking the fees that they're saying for Watkins and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and man are coming to me talking about work rate and pressing, I think we're in trouble because we've been here with Lacazette. We spent 52 mil and we praise Lacazette really for things that we didn't think we was getting. We overcompensate. Kawhi didn't score mad goals and them things there. Work rate, this, that, the third. Bro, anyone that's been Lacazette FC, you know we've been on a mad trail. We used to run out our managers and say, why are you taking him off in the 80th minute? Statistically, the most Premier League goals come in the last 10. Why isn't he getting 90? He needs this, he needs that. But we've been down a long one. But anyways, pause. But anytime we're talking about work rate as one of the first things, bro, man, are not that good then when we're talking about stuff like that. It's like certain midfielders that have left Arsenal and left and went to Newcastle. You know, I think they were good players. But when you speak to Bear Man, what were they saying? Oh, he works hard. Bro, if you work hard, you're not good then. If the first thing man are saying is you work, bro, everyone should work hard. You're a Premier League striker. You should have work rate. You should be able to press. When you look at it on a harsh way, I'm just presenting a different perspective. So yeah, man, bro, Nigeria is Nigeria, bro. Whether they've got full Nigerian blood, half Nigerian blood, quarter, bro. Anyone that is young with Nigerian blood, we need to be gassing them and getting them. Look at what little Chile's doing, you know. Balogun's there as well. Shout out the Nigerians in the chat and the Flygerians. You lot need to keep finding these youths. A man said, sent Maximin twisting ankles with his Gucci headband, swap for Nketiah. I'd be on it still. I love St. Maximin, but I don't think that an Arsenal player can't put it into words same way Pepe isn't. I hear you. I see where you're going. They're just, do you know what it is with St. Maximin? When I look at him, I get a bit like how I used to get with Delafeo and how I do with Adama, all different players. But if their end products and their output and their footballing IQ, once they get into the final third, if that improved with respect to any of these clubs that they're at, they wouldn't be there. They'd be among some of or they would have at some point played at some serious clubs or bigger clubs or European clubs or bigger European clubs or whatever, man. I like both of them though, man. Lee's here to plug the Watkins thing. Watkins scored 14 goals last season with his first Premier League campaign. None from the penalty spot. Hit the post 7 times, more than most clubs. Villa not the same team without him, bro. And that's why Villa, even with Ings, they force him in off the right or whatever. You know, he gives you a lot. I'm just saying that, and that's big him up. And it's his first season. We can't be signing man for work rate, bro. Like we can't, bro. We can't. The Premier League, the minimum is work rate now. You look at all these games, man. I have to run about and put a shift in. The Nigerian national team don't even utilize those talents. That's unfortunate to hear, man. St. Maximin's a very frustrating player, without a doubt. But he's exciting, man. I'd rather get Phillips instead of Rice, same. Let me pull up Watkins and Lacazette stats, bro. Lacazette stats are meaty, bro. What the most he got is 15. With that player this season, he was mad, but he's tired, fam. Thing is tired, bro. Like, man, bro. Like, it's a myth. Hey, big up Carl. No, Ollie won't be going Arsenal. Chill, guys. Keep him, to be fair. I'd rather Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but I just think in this chat, Watkins ain't been getting some respect, man. He's not doing them little numbers at Arsenal. You got to discount the league. You got to discount the fact that we're not playing that counter-attacking football. You got to discount the fact that his IQ isn't that high. He ain't doing none of that, man. Would you take Rafinha? Yeah, but them and there, you can't sign that. To be honest, I'd rather buy. It's completely different, but I'd rather buy an inside forward anyway. So I'd rather go for Rafinha than Ollie Watkins and Calvert-Lewin, if I'm honest with you. The fuck? Yo, these kids, Saka and Smith Rowe, are Arsenal's downfall right now. Both of them got the fame, got in their heads. They need... Yeah, you're just getting blocked. I respect your opinion, but you're changing shit, man. Man, come on now. You don't believe that, bro. That's just a man being angry for no reason. How are you gonna blame Smith Rowe and Saka and say they're not humble? If anything, they're probably too fucking humble. You know, I ain't seen Saka wearing some designers yet. Smith Rowe needs to the pound needs to drop for him as well. Oh yeah, I thought Arsenal reportedly interested in Insigne, but we've been on that one for years, man. That one for years. What has United been linked with Benzema as well? Like the journalists aren't even trying, man. How can Saka, Smith Rowe, and Saka be blamed for Arsenal, bro? What the fuck? Bro, he's not even that man. Tried to blame them as well. Like, hey, Smith Rowe and Saka, they must have stole someone's gal or something, or had some beaky double dates, man. But yeah, man, that was a bin choice. Watkins is the right choice, mate. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who coming from Carl, who is a Villa fan, Dominic Calvert-Lewin suits Arsenal better, in my opinion. Different options. And again, the only thing that scares me about both of them is, Watkins' game is probably a bit more reliant on pace, being on the last shoulder, work rate, and these things. Man, I'm not going to play to his strengths. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, all of a sudden, we're going to stop crossing the ball, just like with Aubameyang and Lacazette. We can say what we want about them. Them man there, we don't play to hardly anyone's strength. So do we understand players collectively and how they help us individually? Can't lie, I rate Ismail Assar, but since the not this World Cup, the one before that, do you remember where he had a poor World Cup? Werner had a poor World Cup. I was like, yeah, man, I've been gassing you lot a bit. I need to see some real development. I do think he has the potential to become a striker. And again, he's another one that you're going to have to pay more than the man's actually worth. So it goes back to not me being on it. The best thing about being an Arsenal fan is the transfer room is you can sit and imagine all these teams that never ever become real. Trust half of this YouTube career really and truly with you guys, but we just sit here and talk about rumors that are never going to happen beyond the obvious things we also talk about. Crazy. 156 likes, unexpected high bills for anyone who hasn't hit that like button because it still don't say 200. Oh, you lot are dreaming too much, man. Bro, man tried to say, bro, downfall of the club, not Kroenke, not overpaid experienced players. Smith Rowe, who's been a first team player for 10 months in Arsenal's thing. Saka, who's just tried to play good football for our team. They're the problems at this team. Man are just mad at the wrong things, bro. That's one guy that just vex for no reason. Like, I thought I was deluded. Come on now, man. They're the reason. Trust me, they're the reason my man still has a job. What the fuck? They're the reason some of us Arsenal fans still have some bloody faith in the team. Come on, man. Only two players had a better goal to minute ratio than Lacazette last season in the Prem. Didn't play a lot, you man are forgetting. I mean, that's great for Lacazette, bro. But half of these people that are saying that, not saying you go back to the first half of the season. Ironically, when we played Aston Villa, they were calling Lacazette lack of threat. What's the other one? There's buried him. And when they're getting onto him when he's dropping deep, I mean, we can do this. As an Arsenal fan, I've been here. We used to sit there and say Lacazette's one of the best in the league because he's taken X amount of shots and they've hit the target and this correlates to this goal. Fair enough. But I mean, there's got to be a reason why Lacazette's had 3 gaffers now and they all see his strengths to the squad, but he's never been the number one. There's got to be a reason where, and I'm probably Lacazette's biggest fan. I love the passing merchant, but when a man's not scoring and not doing certain things, man, overcompensate. Like, overcompensate. Laka had a strong finish to the end of last season, but, since he signed for this club, what have we... he's not a flop, but you can't sit here and say it's not been underwhelming. Watkins is in the 75th percentile for pressure in Europe. Lacazette is in the 42nd. Ariel's won. Watkins has won 80. Laka 38. I mean, that's good for them. Just care about they good ballers or not. I would like Phillips from Leeds, but that one's a myth, man. Bro, man, I'm mad at Robbie Smith Rowe and Saka are playing for Arsenal. Oh man, Saka's not out. Apparently, he's just got a little knock. He's calm. We need Watkins, got more pace and a good finisher. You didn't say he's a better finisher, but would you say he's a better finisher than Dominic Calvert-Lewin? I don't think so. Big up Coach Gerald Lammy. Been saying Dominic Calvert-Lewin would suit us and give us something different. Same, but again, could we? If you can't go out and get Watkins and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, could you assess what Watkins' strengths are and go and find a similar guy? The same goes for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And then whatever money you might save, can you put that all towards a centre mid or two? Maybe I'm dream chasing, but as much as I think striker is a priority, and clearly the club do because they've went out and they tried to buy one in the summer. There's no smoke without fire. We've been linked with names, and obviously we need to probably assess what we're doing with at least 3 of the current strikers. Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah, your days are numbered. Balogun might go out on loan. That just leaves Martinelli, Aubameyang, who's not going to be here forever. So we do want a striker, but for me, I just feel you don't build a house back because with the exception of Liverpool, pardon me, they obviously had Salah, brought in Salah and Firmino, brought in Mane, and then they worked backwards. They improved their midfield, and then obviously Van Dijk and these men come in. That's because Klopp. I think Klopp clocked. I can't do all of this heavy metal thing. I need to be a bit of dark arts to get away with things, innit? With exception to that, you have to build a house from the foundations up. Anyone that knows about house building, and shout to all my construction workers and whatnot, you need to put the foundations in. And I just feel you've given yourself half a chance. I think people waffle about the back 5, but they don't consider the long-term picture. You've grabbed Ramsdale, you've got Tierney, you've got this back 5 now. Make the midfield 30 now. Xhaka and Partey is always going to be hit and miss. Lokonga's still learning. El Nene is shit. Odegaard, again, I would like him to play with Partey if that's going to be it, but needs to work. When that midfield is improved, then, bro, obviously, final third is wavy and that. Look at United. They're building their foundations poor. It's horrible. They've got the flat screen TVs. They've got solar panels outside. You go in their yard. There's all mice over there. The wallpaper is peeling. It's dead. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, Pogba, all these guys, and then you start seeing McTominay and Fred. I don't think I'm doing Wan-Bissaka dirty, but then you go and see Wan-Bissaka. Luke Shaw is cool, so I allow him. He's the one lampshade that works in the yard. De Gea's hit and miss, but De Gea's been 30. Maguire and Varane as a partnership is hit and miss. Shout Varane, and I don't think Maguire's that bad. But you get it. The foundations are not certified, and purposely, I'm not mentioning that midfield and Fred and McTominay because I'm not even a United fan, and it makes me mad the fact that they're playing week in, week out. That's a Cat Yarabel Cup pivot, or it should be. Build your house properly. So for me, as much as I want strikers, and listen, I would take Watkins. I wouldn't mind Calvert-Lewin, Kareem Adeyemi, Isaac, Vlahovic, all these guys. For me, I'd be more encouraged seeing centre mids walk into this club. Forget the AFCON where we need players anyways. I just think you've got a chance to pattern up the spine of this team. You get the midfield and defense spot on. Maybe we'll see better, even Arteta, maybe himself, you'll see the handbrakes come off, go down, and we might be a bit more better in the final third, and we'll just be better on the transition. But boy, I don't know anything, man. I'm just a football fan. In Arteta, we trust, build the young guns. I trust myself. I trust as long as someone can show me something to trust. Bissaka's commitment is insane, and McTominay is not that bad, to be fair, but Fred is sus. Bro, I never once said, I said I like Wan-Bissaka, and I don't think McTominay is bad. But these men shouldn't be first team players for United like that. And that's building shit foundations. A club like Man United, they've been having stronger foundations. When you've seen Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, all these guys in the middle of that park. You've seen their defense, Vidic and Rio and Evra and Gary Neville and all these guys, Van der Sar in goal. Then you've got your Ronaldos, your Berbatovs, your Rooneys, all of these guys that they've had, all of these guys. You've got to build it properly. Liverpool's the only exception. Chelsea look a bit more. As soon as Tuchel walks in, their defenders look a bit better. The system's gelling. All of a sudden, they win the Champions League. Come on now. A big reason City struggled at the start of last season. Everyone forgets, we do it every year. City first half of the season, people are saying Pep's a fraud. Diaz and Laporte playing out their skin stone as well. They're doing well. Liverpool, the injuries to defense. Certain man did a job in defense for them. They went from looking like at a point they might not even get Europe to getting in there. So you've got to build the spine of your team. If not midfield, it is what it is. DG just rubbed out the scrubs at United. No, but on a serious note, man, you've got to build properly. Chelsea's top goal scorer was Jorginho and still won the Champions League and got top 4. You don't need a 20 league goal scorer. You just need players all around the team to chip in with goals. You do. but they can look around for one and say they've got Havertz, etc., etc., and for two, so why would they buy Lukaku then? Surely they would just leave everything the same or just play with Werner and thing. You do, you know, you do. Whatever way you shape it, if Salah didn't score them goals in the Premier League winning campaign, Liverpool are not winning that, or Mane pulling it over, you know. You can shape whatever. The only reason you can get away with that is if you're like Man City, where they haven't got a striker and you've got people who can score goals. So we can delude ourselves. You need a striker who is getting a certain amount of goals if you want to be a serious Premier League club, whether that's staying in the league, promotion, or whatever. And when your strikers are not hitting it off, you will see a correlation with these teams struggling. Raul Jimenez is a bad boy, and I'm happy to see he's still playing football. Emil Smith Rowe single-handedly saves Miguel's bread after he helped us beat Chelsea last December. I don't know how one hates on them kids. Probably tried to get an autograph signed, and then man they said, "Fuck it, we're going somewhere, man." It all depends on where Arsenal end up. Arsenal can't cherry pick no more. Remember, I mean, you say that we just went and done it, really and truly, but we're not where we used to be. The AFTV chants were discussing a few days ago. To be fair, again, you know me, what AFTV do or anyone else is irrelevant. I would say shout out Robbie, shout out a couple of them. Everyone's allowed their opinion. They're allowed to say AFTV, get out of my club. What they're not allowed to do is carry on with I'm sure you all saw Pippa's tweets, and my sympathy goes out to her. Intimidate and try and bully and pick on women and things like that, women with kids, go and do it to people who can chat. AFTV give their opinions all day all night, and I do think there's been an irony, definitely in my experience, and probably why I'm not on it at times. There's definitely an irony in that you can criticize players, but you can't criticize certain individuals or certain things or certain processes. And I do think, AFTV have to take a leaf out of their own book in that, if you lot criticize players week in, week out, fans are allowed to say AFTV, get out of my club. People on AFTV have said, fuck Xhaka, fuck this, fuck that, get out, this, that, Wenger, this, that. And you're allowed that. In the same way, you lot could say, DG, fuck off of YouTube or whatever. It's how the game goes. You've got to take it. As long as it stays at that and there's no violence and man are not trying to do things and people are not taking it over the top, what you see, like people are blaming AFTV for the failure of our club. Like, that's not it. Like, you can claim them for creating a toxic environment, creating people playing up to camera and things like that. But you cannot blame them for Arsenal sitting 8th last season and then whatever happened. It don't make sense. But people in life are riding agendas. And I do think minimal, because I do think people just have a dislike for it. But I can't lie, it does feel like certain sections just have this unhealthy hate for specifically Robbie and what it's about, and we all know why. I don't need to. In fact, some of it feels racist because it's a black guy with his little media doing his thing, and it's almost like you should be a good little nignog, not make any noise and do your thing. So that's it. But I'm not one for chatting about these things. I don't really give a fuck about any of that stuff. Just all that matters is the DG Nation and you lot staying healthy. But that's all I've got to say on that one there, man. Make sure we're all hitting the like button. We're supporting the thing on Twitch. This is fantastic so far, man. Shout out Coach again. I see one of them comments. Patson Daka, you're moving mad. I think that one there is gone. What else have we got? DG, on a serious note, why can't we play the real Arsenal style of play? Enough excuses on not having the players to play attacking football. Arteta don't want to go forward. I don't think it's I think the players have bad habits, but I've seen players that are worse technically, but football comes down to the gaffer. My man said, hit the like button if you don't want them. I can't even say it, but if you don't want the people to block your way home on the Blackwall Tunnel and that, hit the like button. Isaac is very overrated, fam. But he's still a baller. People are mainly Arsenal fans. I saw people saying let's sign him because he took a deflected. The shot ain't even hitting going on target. It's deflected off a Spanish lad and gone in. But there's potential there. What you having for lunch, DG? I need to get there in a sec. I'm not too sure, man. We'll get there, man. Bro, it's some of it like multiple truths. Like, again, they're allowed to. I don't know what happened. You lot go online and check, bro. We're not making this about AFTV. I don't give a shit. Right is right and wrong is wrong. But I'm not here to do gossip, RE, and them things there. Fuck all of that, man. It's no relevance to me. No one ain't standing up for DG when I'm getting rubbed out. So fuck that. Lacazette was a flop. We have to admit. I wouldn't say a flop, but extremely underwhelming. But saying that, still like him, man. Fred in the right system that hides his deficiencies is a solid squad player. I don't know about Wan-Bissaka and McTominay. You reckon? Because I hear you, but I'd rather persist with McTominay and Wan-Bissaka. Like, really, it's just like Fred. I don't know what McTominay hides a lot. For someone that claims to be Mr. Man United and passion merchant, he hides a lot. Fred gets busy on the pitch, but he just doesn't seem like he's ever in control of what he's doing. Wan-Bissaka is just limited, really, if I'm honest with you. I don't think he's a bad player. I think people are just onto him, but I don't quite think he's ever going to prove, unless something dramatic happens, that he's going to be that long-term option. So, yeah, man, it's one of them ones. Man are going for the squad players. Bear man are going to have more goals combined than Lacazette and Martinelli. They're barely scratching the surface of first team Premier League football right now. Jorginho's goals were pens. They are going for Lukaku this season off merit. Hey, Roman Abramovich, big up DG. Roman, my guy, don't big me up. Come and buy the channel or invest in this thing. Come on, man. Come on. DG, let's go back for Martinez and give him Laka. I would love it, but I think that's dream chasing, man. I think if Balogun gets his chance, he'll grab the opportunity with both hands and surprise a lot. And even if he does, even if Balogun goes in tomorrow, well, when we come back against Palace and he scores 10 goals from now till Jan and gets 20, I still need confirmation. Is it a fluke season? Can you do it again? It's like Ollie Watkins. I rate his thing. You scored a decent amount of goals last season. Can you do it again? Can you get more? I'm a big fan of Ivan Toney. But before I get behind the buying him shots, can you show me a respectable goals return this season? Can you show me you pick up where you left off next year? It's one of them things. Why would you want a fan forum gone though? Just ignore them if they're meaty. I get both. I get why people wouldn't want these things around your club, and I get that as well. If I'm honest with you, but what I will say, there's balance and there's a duty from both parties, especially the content creators, to make sure that it's a place for real. Because I do think when it comes to certain platforms, when they're all negative, people want to hear it. When they're positive, they don't. But also that there's integrity. Because a lot of people that in today's day and age, they lack integrity. They'll come out and say things they don't believe. I know this because I've been in rooms. I've seen it. Not away from what we're talking about now, but I've been there where certain man, like whether it's on Talk Shy or whatever, certain man believe one thing and they say, when this camera goes on, I'm going to say this. When the camera goes off, they don't believe you. You'll never see it. You'll never ever see it. Do you know how much cappers there are? The bigger you get, the more cappers there are, bro. I wouldn't mind Van der Beek on loan, but it's a myth, man. Big up Nigeria, big up the rest of West Africa as well. If that's the real Roman and he drops a cool 60 million on the channel, we'll be covering with Chelsea with Matisse for sure. I will cover everything, bro. You will see the maddest graphics, everything looking mad. I probably go do this from Dubai or something. New country every day and things like that, man. It's crazy, man. He hides, bro. And as Bear Man hide, bro. I actually see it with Celtic in the Europa League the other day. See it occasionally at Arsenal when we lose. And I see it now, man, hide. If you play for United, Celtic, or Arsenal, you can't hide on the pitch, bro. You can't. And I see it. Certain man never show for the ball and that. Certain man hide behind, play their teammates. I see it with Pogba all the time. Fred, he hides a lot. When Pogba drops deep, he stands right next to Pogba. So he's not going to give it to you. Nah, definitely not a hype, bro. You getting mad. I don't think Wan-Bissaka can be overrated if no one rates him. Like, it don't seem like my man rates him, so he can't be overrated. DG don't give it ish. Fabregas or Cess. I mean, man said Fabregas or Cess. I'm sleeping. It's getting time for food. Lampard or Cess. Fabregas. I'm an Arsenal man. I know he's a pagan, but I'm always gonna say Cess. But Lamps was one of my favorite non-Arsenal players. I mean, growing up, Lamps, Gerrard, they were the guys, innit? DG is too real for AFTV. They only promote Yes Man. Appreciate that. I wouldn't say that though, but I'd say Robbie's very smart with capturing. Robbie's a money man. Still, he's a smart man. Like, if you don't make money, it don't make sense. You get me? And noise sells, in it. So fair play. That's the business. You get me? Appreciate that, Chris. Come on, appreciate you for liking and subscribing. DG, big up DG Works, moving mad. I keep missing the morning streams. Love for the super chat. Second of all, bro, the beautiful thing about maybe not so much Twitch because it expires. I need to know how you keep them on Twitch, but YouTube is timeless. It's here forever, innit? So catch it in your time, and by the time, I'd actually say it's better because I'm sure you lot get your timestamps and that by the time you pre it. So it is where it is, man. Large up your thing, man. Appreciate you. Both are good, but I think Tony would give me more passion. I think we missed out on Tammy Abraham. Fair shout. Always wondered why Robbie never put DG on. I realized they only want controversial characters. I wouldn't say that because there's Graham there. There is good people there. James a pussy old, but yeah, man. Yeah, like there's good characters there, man. But it's just they're not gonna get the thingies, bro. They're not gonna get the. They're gonna just get eaten alive by all the bigger personalities, and it becomes a circus, man. Becomes a circus. There's no way around it. Like. There was even times I'll be standing there outside the stadium just to give my opinion to obviously get the word out and that. But it's like, it's a circus, bro. Like, it's some WWE thing. Like, people are just grown men are acting like teenagers. It's just weird. Like, it's nothing bad, but it's just like, come on now, man. Pattern up a bit. And I feel sorry for the sensible individuals that you can see decent people just vex at what's going on, man. Bro, Arsenal fans smoke Butch, boy. They were saying certain man was saying Maria's better than Gabriel's a myth. No digs. Respect to Levi General, but I don't even know. Oh, that's the comedian guy. Bro, I don't watch these things, so I don't know. If I'm not on YouTube with you lot, or I'm not watching people that I know, then I'm out here trying to build my life and fix up. Man. I don't do the gossip thing. I ain't got time for that, man. Let's fuck off with all that stuff now. Let's fuck all that off. Apologies. No, we didn't miss on Tammy. Going wrong was him putting himself out for the world to see. I'm confident he'll want to come back to England. Just a matter of if we want him. To be fair, Chelsea have set them up in the best possible position because they can bring him back. No, I can't lie. Both of them hide, bro. Cheeky 10 bags for the mods. Yeah, come on. Hey, everyone that was here from the start, bro. Everyone's getting nice, bro. Oh, what? Hey, S praising Arsenal. Gabriel is cold. Jesus. I wouldn't want to be standing there now. Neither would I, bro. Should Martinelli go on Jan or go on loan? Well, if he's not going to get game time, logically, but I'm hoping with obviously, like, how to make it make sense? Obviously, with the AFCON, that opportunities will be there now. Because what? Partey gone, Pepe gone, Martinelli gone, El Nene gone. I always think I'm missing out an ex-player, but I don't think I am. Pardon me. Look at this. This guy's smart. Gabriel, not that Martinelli, guys. Look at that G1, that was sly. I'll give you that. Gabriel should have left his broken teeth for a while. Would have been the coldest looking centre back in the league. Yeah, like, bro. Like, fam, I don't think man's all engaged. He's got a fiance and that. I'm not too sure she wants to wake up and see that. Like, the money won't mean anything after a while. It's a madness. Martin Scobbinelli. Oh, what's a Martin? Oh, friends. I knew I was saying Arsenal and Arsenal need to go 2 up front against Brighton, but we can see you lot, ganging up on Martinelli. Should have got a goal too. We said Ian Wright inspired. Could be a shout. But I can't lie, people. I'm getting hungry now, man. Some of you mentioned food, and I've been soldiering on, but I need to eat. So it's been a fantastic one. We've been here for an hour and 42 minutes. One love to everyone that was here. One love to everyone that was at my 10 a.m. stream on Twitch. Make sure you're following on both and setting your reminders. And where Twitch is concerned, checking the schedule. Where YouTube's concerned, the YouTube community tab. But yeah, I have no clue for if it's sending out alerts and these things to you. I think it does me dirty, but it is what it is. We make it happen, man. So yeah. You're right, man. Man need to go eat, man. Bro, Martinelli sat Kante on his ass. What's Hudson-Odoi done? Don't make me draw out Takewood. Certain man went 20 league games without scoring in that, man. Oh, top red friend. Yeah, you man are red friends, bro. You man be saying Martial's better than Mbappe, but let me not let these United twats draw me out. One love to you, lot. Yeah, I'm gonna let you lot get out of here. So yeah, obviously I'm gonna put the timestamps in and things like that. So yeah, man. Obviously, one love to everyone that's here. With it being Tuesday, go and attack your goals, dreams, hopes, and aspirations. And yeah, I'm out, folks.
Because you always use that active red light defending.
I think it's like